Because the ATM is basically a rectangular prism, I've decided to map each side individually and then stitch the 4 datasets together in MATLAB. Features I'd like to see in my 3D point cloud of the back face of the ATM are the AC unit at the bottom, the light at the top, and the overhang of the ATM. Because the back face of the ATM is both narrower and less well lit than the other 3 sides, I did not run into many of the mapping issues that I will discuss later. Although I did take multiple data sets in an attempt to get a better resolution, and I have some ideas on how to achieve an even better resolution in the future. Mapping all 4 sides of the ATM began with setting up my LiDAR tripod, establishing a connection between my laptop and my Raspberry Pi, aligning the laser with the camera and making sure that the full ATM was in the camera's field of view, and finally running the data collection Python code in order to collect JPEG images for a range of angles that encompass the full height of the ATM. I began mapping the left and right faces of the ATM in the same manner in which I mapped the back face. However, when I compiled this data, I did not get a 3D point cloud which looked like my target, but rather random points which seemed to project outward from the camera lens. I thought this issue may be due to the ambient light coming from both the lighting of the ATM and the spotlight on the left side of the ATM, because when I applied color picker to these JPEG images, I did not get clear laser lines for many of them. So I decided to map again, but this time blocking out as much ambient light as I could. I covered the glass panels which were allowing the ATM lighting through to the left and right sides, and this time when I ran color picker, I was able to see very clear laser lines. However, when I created the 3D point cloud, I was getting the same effect. At this point, I realized I was mapping at a range of slightly over 10 feet, which was too far away for the camera to detect the laser line pixels moving across the screen. I began remapping at a closer distance and was able to achieve a 3D point cloud that looked like the side of the ATM. Unfortunately, the front face of the ATM was too well lit to get any usable data, and I could not cover up these lights without pissing people off who were trying to use the ATM. I plan to go back very late at night or early in the morning to cover these lights and remap the front face.